What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a maze game on Scratch. So this is going to be a really easy tutorial to follow, or at least I hope it is. Let me know if I'm going too fast, and I will try to make sure to slow down in future tutorials. But let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna be also like explaining how the code works. That way you guys can understand why it does what it does. So you guys can actually kind of, learn stuff. So let's just get into it. The first thing that we're gonna want to do is go into your backdrops, okay? And we're gonna be using our backdrops for the maze. So obviously this isn't a super challenging maze or anything at all. I just kind of put this together. So kind of create something like this. I'm just going to drop this here so we know, hey, this is the finish line. And who knows, maybe we'll do like a light green for start. Um, but yeah, so go ahead. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. But try to create something similar to this. Don't make it too complex. Don't make any of the little passages, don't make them too narrow, because we need our player to get through. So we don't want something like this, because it's going to be really difficult to get a sprite through there. But anyways, once you guys have gotten this, just unpause the video and we will get into the code. Okay, so hopefully you guys have done this part. And now we are going to get into the coding part of it. So what you're going to do is you are going to need to create a sprite. All right. So I went ahead and created just a tiny little simple, circle sprite here. And the first code you need to do is be like when flag is clicked, and then send it, go to wherever you want it to spawn. Okay, so once you've done that, now let's go to pretty much the most needed part of our maze. Okay, so once you guys have done this, what we need to do is actually get our player moving, because that's the most important thing in our maze game. So what you're gonna do is be like when flag is clicked, and then forever. All right, and now go to control and grab an if statement here. So we'll say if, and then go to sensing, and we are going to see if the right arrow is clicked. So we'll say if key right arrow is pressed, and what we're going to do is go to motion, and we're going to say change X by, for now, let's do 5, okay? So make sure you are grabbing change X and not set X, because those are very different things. I do this a lot. Sometimes I grab the wrong block and I'm like, uh-oh. So once you have done that, go back to control, and we're going to grab another if and put it right under the change X by 5. And we are going to say if not, and you can find the not block through these green operators over here. We're going to say if not, and then go back to sensing, and we're going to say touching color. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to click on this color here, and if you see this little thing right here, you can click on that and you can actually choose a color from your game. So we're going to just select the color of our maze, the walls of the maze. So we're going to say if not touching color, and then in this case it's black. And then go back to motion. What we're going to do is we're going to change X by 5 again. So right in here. And then now what we're going to do, right outside of this if statement here, we are going to say change X by -5. Okay? And before I teach you, before I like explain the code and like show you why it does what it does, we are going to finish up the rest of the movement. So just duplicate this whole thing with the right arrow, and we are going to pretty much do the exact opposite. So we are going to say if key left arrow is pressed, and we're going to change X by -5, and then we're going to change this X by -5, and then we're going to change this X by +5. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we are going to do up and down. So just grab a new one. We'll say if, and then we're going to say key, up arrow is pressed. So if the up arrow key is pressed, what we're going to do is go back to motion, and we're going to say change Y by 5. Change Y by 5, and we're going to say if, and we're going to say not, and then pretty much do the same. We're going to say if not touching color black, and then, oh, I did not mean to do that. We're going to say change Y by 5. And then outside of that, we're going to say change Y by -5. Okay. And now go ahead and duplicate that one. And we're going to do the exact opposite again. So we're going to say now, instead of up arrow, it's going to be down arrow. And instead of +5, we're going to change that by -5. This by -5, and then this here by +5. Now go ahead and run your script. Let's see if this works how you want it to work. Chances are it does, and it should be working exactly as you want it to. You can pretty much navigate your entire maze, hopefully, as long as the walls are not too narrow and it's easy for you to get through. You should be able to safely navigate to the finish line. So let me go ahead and explain this code to you. What we are doing, I'm going to get all of this out real quick, and we're going to go through this small little chunk here. What we're doing is we are checking if the right arrow is pressed, and if it is, we are first going to change our X by 5, and if it's not touching the black color, it's going to change it by 5 again. So we're going to keep going forward, and then it's going to change this by -5 right after that. So pretty much what this is doing is this is stopping us from getting stuck in the walls. So like if I were to do this, let's get rid of, if I were to get rid of, you know, this stuff, and it's just this basic, you know, right here, what we would do is we would pretty much get stuck right there. So those things are very important. We need those. It pretty much prevents us from getting and sticking onto the walls. So now what we can do, guys, is we can create a new variable, and we're going to do this all in the backdrops, and we're going to say, we're going to call this level, or in my case, Levely, but when flag is clicked, we are going to set level to 1, okay? And now we can just say forever, and we're going to switch the backdrop to level, okay? And now go back to your player here, and what we're going to do is we're going to say when flag is clicked, forever, if, and then now go back to sensing, and we are going to grab this touching color. And now we're going to say if touching color, and then whatever your little finishing point color is here. So we're going to, real quick, we're going to make it go back to the starting point, so the spawn. We're going to go there. And then we are going to change level by 1. And once we run the script, what you see is, what it's going to do is once you get, you know, once you get over to your finish line and you touch it, boom, next level. The next level starts, and you can keep creating as many maze levels as you want. So just keep duplicating and duplicating and duplicating and creating whatever you want for your maze. So this is how you create a simple maze game on Scratch. I really do hope this tutorial helped you guys out. I love getting feedback from you guys, so if there's something you liked in the tutorial, something you didn't like, just comment it down below and let me know. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you, and I will see you in the next video.